Hello and welcome. My name is Frank Fischer, and in this video I would like to show you around a bit in the DeepCode plugin for Atom. So as you can see here, this is the Atom IDE. I already opened it, and you see I have an active project here. And we already installed the DeepCode plugin, which you can see on a different video how we did this. How can I tell? By looking here. So down here we see DeepCode has already scanned and found 1 critical and 2 warnings. This is one way. Another way is obviously it's now in the packages. And this is also the way that we can open the results panel. So either we go here into packages, DeepCode, open panel. We can also go by simply clicking on the DeepCode bar down here. And there is a default keyboard shortcut, which is Control-Alt-O, that is also capable of opening the bar. Or the panel, I must say. Obviously you can change that, and I will show you in a second how this is done. Okay, so for now we're gonna click down here on the DeepCode element here in the status bar, and you can see now the panel opening up. And with the panel we get first the results again, so the found problems, 3 in 2 files, 1 critical, 2 warnings. And DeepCode is always working on the project side of it. So if you open projects, DeepCode is then scanning the project and then giving you the results on the projects. So we can also go view results online, which would bring us to the DeepCode dashboard on the website, obviously, for this project. We have the opportunity with this here to rescan the project. This is also triggered if you save the project. So if you do changes and you save the changes, you're actually rescanning it. If you switch on automatic change saving, so if you're having a plugin, for example, that automatically saves the changes, you will automatically trigger DeepCode to rerun on every save you make. So that might be an interesting idea to automate this kind of a feedback loop. And here's the settings bar. We can have a look at it. So click on settings and you see this is the DeepCode settings. There's not a lot to do here, but let's have a look. So there is the default URL. If you run DeepCode locally, if you have the Docker container running, you can set up your address here for the Docker container. This is a session token that we generated by login into, in my perspective now, GitHub. If you delete the session token, you will actually trigger a re-login if this is necessary. There's a debug log, so if you want to have more debug output, you can actually activate this and you will see more reporting coming up. And here you see the key binding that I was talking about, where you can change if you want to have a different, so to say, key bind to open the panel down here. Yeah, and then we have the README and all of these things. Okay, so now let's work a bit with DeepCode. It found, as you can see, 3 issues. One is a critical one, so let's start with this one. And you can see there's something coming up now. I clicked on it. I'm being navigated to the line of code where we found the issue. And it says with this hover box here, unsanitized input flows from an HTTP parameter, and it gives me the explanation why there is, or what kind of problem there is, and why this problem exists. What you see here is you have 2 of these fields here, 2 buttons, ignore for line and ignore for file. You have the same down here again, ignore for line and ignore for file. And the idea that we have here is maybe you want to suppress this suggestion. So what you can do is you can suppress the suggestion for only this line, so it will come up in every other instance that it finds, or you suppress the suggestion for the whole file because you do these things in this file and it's okay, kind of. A typical scenario where you have this is for tests, for example. If you have testing files and you are doing a lot of test cycles, DeepCode might find, for example, hardly stored secrets, and might blame you for having these secrets in there while this is a testing file and you're just, so to say, mocking up these secrets. So then you can ignore it for the whole file, or you can ignore it line by line. So if you do that, it's actually adding a comment in here, and you see DeepCode ignore, then this is the the name, so to say, of the suggestion that we want to suppress. And then we automatically select a part of that comment that you can fill in to give you, your future self or your colleagues an idea why you did this, why you suppressed this. And it's a good idea to document it accordingly. So, and you see, as soon as I did this and as soon as it was saved, it was rescanned, and the suggestion vanished down here, because we now have this command in here and the command suppresses it. Good. Another thing that I wanted to show you was you can actually add more projects to the IDE here. And then these projects are also opened up and accordingly treated by DeepCode. So let us have another project opened. We open this one. And as you can see, DeepCode is asking me now up here, do you also want to scan this project? And I say, yes, confirm. And down here you saw it started to scan, it's loading the files, and it's then treating the files accordingly. And then you see the issues that are found are listed next to each other, so that we literally have the whole result set for all of the open projects that we're currently having in Atom. Good. With this, I think you have a good starter and you can start to use DeepCode on your projects. What I wanted to show you in this video was how to use the DeepCode plugin of Atom. Thanks for watching, but now it's your turn. Go to deepcode.ai and check out what DeepCode can do for your code.